I stand here because of each of you. If it weren't for your sacrifices and service to this country, myself and all the soldiers serving today might not have had the opportunity to serve this great country.
I was in North Korea up in the Iron Triangle.
I got drafted in March of '71.
I was on Iwo Jima.
Went to Vietnam March of '69.
I've lost friends over there, and thank the Lord I'm back here, and it's hard.
I just pay my respects to these heroes that didn't get a chance to come home.
And he was a friend, and I think about him every once in a while.
The heroes we left, none of us are heroes. We're here.
God bless America!
It's healing. It's healing after 59 years.
I'm overwhelmed. I'm grateful to God. It means the world to me. It tells me that I completed my mission.
Never expected any of that.
It just shows people support us.
There's really no words to it.
That's what the Army's all about. Teamwork and being part of a group.
Welcome to this special look back at a year of honoring our veterans with the help of Flag City Honor Flight. I'm Dan Cummins. It was a record-setting year for Flag City Honor Flight. 4 different flights from Toledo to the Washington, D.C. area. 354 local veterans got the chance to visit war memorials, Arlington National Cemetery, and more in our nation's capital. And then each of them got a hero's welcome back home when they returned to Toledo Express Airport. Let's start with a look back at the first flight in April.
So I thank each of you, along with all the other Americans, for the freedoms that we enjoy every day. Welcome to Washington, D.C. Let's have a great day.
Hey, Will, welcome. Hoorah! Marines coming through.
How you doing today? Who is this? Tom the Bomb Armstrong. How you doing, Tommy? Looking good.
I ran into a guy several years ago, and he was coming this way, and I was going that way, and our eyes met. It was his first time, my second or third time. I says, it gets better, but it never gets easy.
There's not a single rank here. There's not anyone that said, I want a Silver Star, I want a Purple Heart, I want a Bronze Star. It all says, I gave my life for my country, and that, yeah.
A ceremony that you are about to witness is the changing of the guard.
Thank you for your service, sir.
You're welcome.
We appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you.
your service. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love your hat.
Welcome home.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was a joy in my life, real joy, man. And I know I didn't see everything, but wow, what I saw was awesome.
What do you think of this?
It's fantastic. One of the nicest trips I ever had.
What do you think of this?
I don't know. Speechless.
What do you think of this today?
It's a great experience. I can't say anything.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks.
Flag City Honor Flight is a volunteer-run program. They raise money, plan, and execute multiple flights each year. Each flight is similar, the itinerary pretty much the same each trip. And yet each flight is different because of the stories of the veterans and their guardians. Here's a look back at the second flight of the year back in June.
So, from myself and all Americans, thank you for your sacrifices in order for each of us to enjoy freedoms each and every day.
What's this mean to you to be spending a day with other veterans about your same age, your same experience?
Oh, this is just wonderful. It's healing. It's healing after 59 years.
I couldn't believe it with all the people I met and stuff. Because when I was drafted and come back home, there was more bunch of chaos for black people.
I just pay my respects to these heroes that didn't get a chance to come home.
It's sad, it really is, and it brings back a lot of memories. It's something that I feel needs to be done, you know, to share the names of the people that sacrificed their lives.
A moment ago, we're standing here and some kids walked by and thanked you for your service. What does that mean for you right there?
Well, with young children like that or younger generation, it means more than somebody my own age. I mean, these kids, I don't know if they know where Vietnam is or know much about it, but it makes me feel real good.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I am Staff Sergeant Asu Compagnie of the 3rd Infantry Regiment, United States Army, and of the relate to the Vietnam soldiers. A ceremony that you are about to witness is the changing of the guard.
It's so emotional, and it's so fantastic what these people, this is mind-boggling.
Joe, what was your reception when you came back from Vietnam like compared to this?
It was nothing compared to this at all. Like, this is by far 100% better.
What do you think?
I'm overwhelmed.
What do you say to other veterans watching this that were thinking about going on our flight?
Get on this as soon as you can.
We continue our look back at this year's Flag City Honor Flights for 2024. The third flight of the year took place in September. This one was a little bit different. This flight took 87 veterans, primarily from the Vietnam War era, to D.C. An emotional trip, especially emotional return home. Take a look back.
I stand here because of each of you. If it weren't for your sacrifices and service to this country, myself and all the soldiers serving today might not have had the opportunity to serve this great country.
God bless our veterans. God bless America.
For myself and all Americans, thank you for your sacrifices in order for each of us to enjoy the freedoms that we have every day.
Wow, welcome, sir. Thank you for your service, Gene. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I finally got on the list to come here, and I couldn't wait to get here. This is just, it's beautiful.
How are you? Thank you very much.
It's been an honor to be here, and just to take these men and women around to see these memorials.
was Kenneth?
He was a classmate. The only person that died in Vietnam in my class. The class of Easter was 1967.
I know a few on there that I'm going to look up, and I don't know, it'd probably be a tearjerker to me, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I've lost friends over there, and thank the Lord I'm back here being able to do this.
I've seen the wall on TV many times, but it's so surreal to come up here and see this.
It really is.
And he was a friend, not close, but he was still a friend and a classmate. And I think about him every once in a while.
The ceremony that you are about to witness is the changing of the guard.
We live in a country where men and women sacrifice to keep us free and so we can have the things we have, and it's just humbling.
It's probably one of the most honorable things that I've been able to be a part of. It just the feelings and just thinking about all this came before us, and like my dad said, just what they have done for our country, it just means everything in the world.
Reset! Arms!
How was your homecoming tonight compared to when you came back?
When I came back, there was nobody there at all. And this is just unbelievable.
Bob, you have a great time today?
Wonderful time, fantastic.
What would you say to other veterans who were watching this and don't want to do it?
Get off your butt and get on the plane.
What would you say to other veterans who may be watching this?
Go.
Going on our flight?
Go.
We wrap up our look back at the year that was for Flag City Honor Flight. 4 flights, more than 350 veterans. On flight number 4 in November, the organization hit a major milestone, the 2,000th veteran to go to D.C. Let's take a look.
Have a great day today. Take everything in. Be safe, and God bless each and every one of you, and God bless America.
This whole concept of coming down here to the memorial is really great.
It's a very solemn place, and I was here during Rolling Thunder some years ago with tens of thousands of people here, and it's still very solemn. I mean, when people walk in front of the wall, it's very quiet, and people will look at the wall and point or put a finger on a name or something, and it takes you right back.
First time I've been here, and it's hard. It's harder than I thought it was going to be.
Now this is my 3rd time here, and it's still the same. I mean, it feels the same as it did that day. It's the heroes we left. None of us are heroes. We're here. The heroes we left there.
I am Sergeant Frommel of the 3rd Infantry Regiment, United States Army, commander of the relief, toe of the unknown soldier. The ceremony that you are about to witness is the taking of the guard.
Maurice, what do you think of this day?
It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Never expected any of this.
Did you have a great time today?
Yes, sir, most definitely.
What was the best part of it?
Seeing people that made it through Vietnam and are still living, and
Still making it happen.
You went through a lot when you came home. How does this help make up for it?
Oh, it just shows us people supporting us.
Glenn, you look like you're having fun.
I sure am.
What was the best part of your day?
Oh, just everything. I mean, the whole trip was just tremendous, something that you would never get to enjoy if you wouldn't been with the tour group like this to lead you through.
What would you tell other veterans watching this that are thinking about getting on Honor Flight?
Well, all I got to say is get your name in and get to sit back, because it takes a long time to get up there, but it's worth the wait.
Oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. I'm grateful to God, and I'm grateful to Toledo and all the surrounding area for putting this on, and Honor Flight and all the volunteers. It means the world to me. It tells me that I completed my mission.
And that was our 4th flight of the year. And Steve Schultz is with me now to talk about the year. Steve, with Flag City Honor Flight, the last veteran to speak there kind of puts in perspective, complete their mission, because the whole theme of Flag City Honor Flight is one more flight with honor, one more trip, one more mission with honor. And these veterans, I don't think when the day begins, I mean, they've seen the coverage probably, but I don't think they expect the impact that they're going to have when this day is over.
Especially the comments that I heard many of them make there, Dan, where they said it's the healing aspect to this trip. Every trip I've gone on, you can see it at the wall and on the welcome homes, the healing that it provides for these men and women.
When we come off the plane, too, in Baltimore the past few years, there's a lot of volunteers that stand there, and they see the name tag, Jim, welcome home, you're welcome to Baltimore, and they're not used to that. And thank you for your service. And I know it for many times at the other memorials, there will be school kids in the summertime especially, and they'll just line up and shake everyone's hand, including myself. And I'm not a veteran, I'm observing it, but they're just thanking everyone for their service. And it's nice to see that young America we're making sure these kids know the sacrifices these people made, and that they deserve to be thanked.
Yeah, and when you're on those flights and when you're there and you see that with the kids, you can see the impact that has on the veterans when these kids are shaking their hand and telling them thank you. And as I know you also know, Dan, we now are taking school kids, we're taking high school students as guardians on these trips. And I just think that's fabulous, and the veterans really appreciate it too, because of what these kids see. And I've always said, what a great history lesson for these kids to go with a veteran to Washington, D.C.
You and I are interested in this in a very similar means. Neither one of us served in the military, but we recognize the importance of it, and this is our way of giving back.
Absolutely. And I know you've heard me say this before. The thing that got to me the most is, as I've said, we get hundreds of thank you letters afterwards. And the one that got to me the most was very simple, and it just said, "Dear Flag City Honor Flight, thank you for the opportunity to go on your last trip. It's been 50 years since I returned home from Vietnam, and I finally have closure." And when you read things like that, you just say, boy, what we're doing is really means something.
A good friend of mine whose wife is my wife's old high school friend, we had dinner with them a few weeks ago, and I keep hitting him. Come on, man! A Vietnam veteran served 3 tours of duty in Special Forces. He will not go. There are just a lot of veterans that are just still haunted by that, and just flat out, I cannot see the wall. I cannot bring back those memories, and I get it. I do get it. I wish I could get a chance to get him to go, because there's so many veterans. By the way, if you're interested in going as a veteran, if you're interested in going as a guardian or a volunteer to go with a guardian with a veteran for the day, flagcityhonorflight.org. Flagcityhonorflight.org. How is it looking for next year? I know there's a long waiting list.
Yeah, we're looking to do 4 flights again next year. Just looked the other day, and right now we have a waiting list of about 535 people. So, and we can take about 85 per flight. So, we got some work to do to get them going here. And as I mentioned, we get more off the list, and then you do another story, and we get 85 more that come on the list. So, but we're doing the best we can. Again, 4 flights next year: April, June, September and October are when we're planning on doing them.
You have such a hardworking board and staff of volunteers. Talk about the people it takes to make this happen. I mean, the reason, 4 flights in a year, it's a lot of man hours go through every application and make sure they're legitimate applications and contact the people and get their information, everything. Like, what's that like?
Yep. We have 15 people that are on the board. We have 4 people who are nurses, who are RNs. They're the ones who go through all the applications. They talk to all the veterans. As you might imagine, it's an older group, obviously. We do everything we can to get anyone on a flight. Obviously, some just can't fly, but those 4 nurses do that. We have people who, plan everything at the hangar. We have people that plan the buses, all the meals that when we're in Washington, D.C. It's a ton of work. We also have to arrange with the Army, specific times at the changing of the guard. So there's just a ton of logistical work that goes into it. But again, it's from the heart from everybody that's on that board.
It is, and so the first flight of the year will be in April, and we'll get the whole new year going, and great memories again. And people have asked me, does it ever get old? I went on that November flight, was my 18th flight. Never gets old because you're with 85 new people, new stories to tell, and the Guardians are all interesting in their own right. So, Steve, thank you so much for coming in. Good to talk to you as always, talking Honor Flight, and looking forward to a wonderful year in 2024. Again, flagcityhonorflight.org. Thanks for watching.